Hello, and for our next CrowdProperty.com funding opportunity, we're going to be returning to Somerset for the Phase 4 raise at the land south of Giffords Orchard, Stembridge in Martock, TA12 6BL. Now, CrowdProperty is a peer-to-peer lending platform designed to facilitate loans between private individuals and professional property businesses. CrowdProperty is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority under permission number 723959. CrowdProperty is not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. There are risks with any loans you make, and just like all peer-to-peer lending, your capital is at risk. CrowdProperty endeavours to protect all lenders. This is done by registering the legal first charge against the property project. This means that in the very unlikely event a borrower defaults on the loan, CrowdProperty will be able to take ownership of the project and manage it for the lenders. Now, the property is owned by Clavershay Construction Limited, their company number 11882655, and the directors of this company are Keith Robinson and Ian Coleman. Both gentlemen are with us on this webinar. Let's start off with you first, please, Keith. Tell us a little bit more about you and your background.
I started off in a cabinet making job, and I was there for 11 and a half years. I went on to do carpentry on sites, which is where I met Ian, and I moved on to site supervisor role, and then we decided to go on and do our own projects together.
And let's come over to you then, Ian. Tell us a little bit more about you.
I fully time served carpenter and joiner apprentice. Done many big projects. I've done blocks of flats of 45 stories high as site manager, barn conversions, dwellings. I also had a period of shop fitting where we worked in Harrods, Harvey Nick, Selfridges and through parts of Europe. And since I met Keith nearly 6 years ago now, we decided we were going to do this project, and it's going very well.
So let's move on to find out a little bit more about this project. And this project is Phase 4 of a 4-phase raise where CrowdProperty is looking for £285,000. That's for about 6 months, where lenders will receive interest at 8% per annum. That's the equivalent rate rolled up, and it will be paid back at the end of the loan term. The total loan agreed was for £1.225 million, and this commenced on the 11th of February 2020. It's going to expire on the 10th of August 2021. The property located in Stembridge is about 10 miles northwest of Yeovil. Let's start off by finding out a little bit more about Stembridge, and let's come over to you, Ian.
Stembridge is a very small hamlet, very close to Kingsbury Episcopi and Martock. Kingsbury Episcopi was Village of the Year in 2018 in the whole UK, so it's a very, very idyllic spot. It's nestled between the 303 and the M5. Lovely schools in the village. We've got a hospital not far away. All the amenities are there. There's some good pubs. There's the Rusty Axe and a couple of nice pubs at Kingsbury Episcopi, which is only sort of 2 miles up the road. And it's really an idyllic rural setting.
Planning permission was granted by South Somerset District Council. Their planning reference is 18/01927/FUL, where the permission was granted to build 5 two-storey houses, including 3 detached and a pair of semis. The build programme is about 12 months. Projected practical completion date is the end of March 2021. The maximum loan term from the start of this project is 18 months. The exit strategy is that the borrowers intend to sell the units upon completion of the works. It is already first charge secured at Land Registry. So there's the location plan then. We heard Ian describing where it was. Martock, you can see the CrowdProperty flag pointing to where that is in Somerset. Property located in Stembridge, which is that small village comprising mainly of residential use. Tell us a little bit more about how you found this orchard to be building on.
We were actually looking at a different site for 4 dwellings about 2 miles away from this site, and it didn't actually stack, or it didn't go to plan. So and it's through the same agent that we found this plot, and it seemed to stack for us, and it's a really nice site, so we moved forward with this one.
5 units are going to be built. We can see on the screen the square footages of them and the anticipated price, making the total GDV £2.115 million. There's the site plan. You can see on the left-hand side outlined in red where this property is going to be, and on the right you can see how the 5 properties are going to be laid out on that rectangular shaped parcel of land. Let's move on then to the elevations and the floor plans and come back over to you, please, Ian. Describe what you're going to be building.
This is plot 1. These buildings, they're built of hamstone, which is a local stone, with cedar cladding on various parts of the building. They're to look like barn conversions. That's what the planners wanted to do. So the front door and the upstairs windows are set back like it would have been a completely open door from floor to ceiling, the barns. So they do look really, really nice, because obviously they're up at that stage now, so we can see them in the flesh. As we go into plot 1, we come through the front door into an entrance lobby. Straight in front of you, there's a downstairs WC. If you go to the left, we've got a large lounge with windows facing out both sides and a log burners fitted. And there is a downstairs bedroom off of the lounge with an ensuite bathroom, which is a very large bedroom. If you go in from the front door and go to the right, we're into the dining and kitchen area with island unit. And then there's a door off the kitchen that goes into a large utility with a back door that then goes out into the carports. Upstairs, we've got 3 bedrooms upstairs, the main bedroom with ensuite and a walk-in cupboard, a main bathroom. In there, we've put a freestanding slipper bath and taps that come up through the floor, looks really good. And then 2 other bedrooms, not ensuites, but good size. And then we move on to plot 2 and 3. They're semi-detached. And the elevation of those, as you can see, they've got like doors on there, false doors to make it look like a barn, so it looks like you could shut them, but you can't actually. But with the hamstone and the western red cedar, it looks beautiful. All the windows are timber with oak beams above. Again, cedar on the carports and between the upstairs windows and downstairs front wall. There's a panel of cedar there, and round the back we've got cedar cladding too. There's an extension that goes off that makes the lounge and the dining rooms bigger. When we go into plots 2 and 3, they're 3 bedrooms. There are no ground floor bedroom in these ones. As you go in, it's a similar layout to number 1. As you go through the door, on the right-hand side, you're into a lounge with a log burner. We've got bifolds that go out onto the garden. And then if we come back through the lounge, past the front door into the kitchen diner, the kitchen diner on these ones are bigger than on plot 1, and they've also got bifolds that go out into the rear garden. And then if we go upstairs, it's the same layout as 1. We've got a main bedroom with ensuite, walk-in cupboard, good size. Again, bathroom with slipper bath, freestanding, and then 2 other bedrooms, non-ensuite, but a good size and lovely views. And if we move on to plot 4, plot 4 is a detached one, again, hamstone, western red cedar, the same entrances that follows through the whole site really, hamstone, western red cedar. And then if we go inside, as we come through the front door, on the left hand side we've got the lounge with log burner, we've got the downstairs WC, and then we go through into the kitchen diner. Again, they've got bifolds both in the lounge and in the diner. All these houses incidentally have got underfloor air source heating. Plot 5, this is the jewel of the site really. This one is a 4-bed, but it sits in a rather large plot. Again, it's hamstone and western red cedar, timber windows, oak over windows, the same design as the rest, but it's a really nice position where it is. This one's got a double carpool as well, so it's bigger, and parking, well, we'll be parking for 6 vehicles. And if we go in through the front door on this one, on the right hand side we've got the kitchen diner. Again, this is a bigger kitchen diner than plot 1, which was a 4-bedroom house. Bifolds that go out onto the large garden, and then we come back into the foyer part with a downstairs WC, and then we go into a lounge with a log burner, again bifolds out into the garden, and then there's a door off the lounge with a downstairs bedroom with ensuite. This is large. It can be a downstairs bedroom or office in this day and age, possibly an office, so that's quite good. And when we go upstairs, we've got main bedroom with ensuite, the same as the other layout, and a walk-in cupboard, bathroom, slipper bath, freestanding, and then 2 bedrooms without en suites, but good size.
Now, this is the phase 4 raise, so you're well on now with this project. The independent monitoring surveyor has been out. Let's come back over to you, please, Keith. Describe just where you're up to and what the independent monitoring surveyor has been reporting.
So all of the lots have got roofs on, all of the windows are in. We're just about to start doing the carports on the outside and the cedar cladding. Inside, they're all plasterboarded, all apart from one has been plastered. Plot 1 has actually had the bathroom suites fitted, the underfloor heating and the floor screeds. The kitchen's just about to be fitted in plot 1. Plots 4 and 3 are not far behind. Yeah, we're also just starting to do the rainwater drainage as well and start putting the road layout in as well.
Have you put the properties on the market yet? And if so, who are you expecting to buy them from you?
Yeah, they've been on the market for about a month. At the moment, we're getting a lot of inquiries from the London sort of area, people wanting to move out of the city, move to a more rural location. We have had some local people, but obviously with coronavirus and people wanting to move out of the city, the interest seems to be coming from London and Croydon sort of areas at the moment.
Let's then have a look at the project financials and this proposed loan. This is phase 4 raise, which is for £285,000. That's part of the total facility of £1.225 million. RICS verified the current market value at the start of the project to be £550,000, and they also verified the GDV to be £2.115 million. Estimated conversion cost is £850,000. The initial drawdown was £367,500, and the remaining loan is drawn in stages upon the completion of the IMS reports. Therefore, the initial loan to value represented 66.82%. The loan to gross development value excluding interest is 57.92%, and including the rolled up interest, 64.47%. This loan, phase 4, is for around about 6 months. The debt is likely to be repaid in tranches as completed houses are sold at different times. Remember that exit strategy is that the borrower will look to dispose of the units on the open market upon reaching their completion, and lenders are going to be paid 8% per annum interest. It's rolled up and paid at the end of the project, which is already first charge secured at Land Registry. So your next steps are to make sure that you understand the loan, carry out your own due diligence, and then decide how much you would like to lend. CrowdProperty.com is the place to be to pledge on launch. The necessary anti-money laundering checks will be carried out, and then you'll be invited to send your funds to your own online e-wallet, and you'll start earning interest on completion of the loan agreement. So this is the final phase 4, looking for £285,000, please, paying 8% per annum interest. That's rolled up and paid at the end. This is going to be for approximately 6 months for the land south of Giffords Orchard, Stembridge, Martock in Somerset, TA12 6BL. Thank you for watching this CrowdProperty.com webinar. We look forward to joining us again soon back here for more funding opportunities at CrowdProperty.com.